All right, looks like we are live. We try to do a countdown, but we're having technical difficulties beyond our control.
Third time was not.
Welcome back to another week of the Baseball Card Junkies podcast. How's everybody doing this evening?
Doing good.
It's Monday, one day closer to Friday.
Yeah,
no
but it's
complaints.
Beginning of the week for some people.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Roll call. We got Sean who broke the ice first, and then we got White Sox Tom. How you gentlemen doing?
Oh, here comes everybody.
Glad y'all can make it.
Here they come. You got Jeff, and it looks like your brother, your stepbrother.
Yep. Then we got Jeff again. Okay. There you go. I like this Field of Dreams feel. If you push the button, they will come.
They will come. Into the basement. What's up, man? Alan, Mark C.
Yep.
Right.
Everybody's coming in.
There we go.
Glad everybody could hang out. So y'all noticed the past couple of weeks I've had Nightbot dropping little snippets on the chat. Those are just links that I've got affiliations with. So if you need tickets to an event or you need supplies, you can use those codes. You get some nice little discounts. And also, by the way, I ended up having a partnership with SCI now.
And what is that?
Sports Card Investor.
Oh, there you go.
So basically, I threw their stuff in there too, but I made them aware that I'm not going to be preaching the whole investment aspect of it because I'm a true collector and all that. They completely understand. They gave me full access to their Market Movers app, so I can use that for the purposes of collecting and things of that nature. Okay. All right, so if it interests you, take advantage of it. But a couple of things that I did want to make everybody aware, and I didn't throw it on the outline, is all last minute. First thing is, if y'all guys are into baseball history, all right, on the History Channel, September 23rd at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, they're doing a documentary on Roberto Clemente. It's going to be on the History Channel. So I will be catching it. It looks pretty awesome. All right. So if that's your thing, there you go.
Got a few more people coming in. What's up, Larkin, Lucky Peter, Nala Bear?
Larkin, Nala. My brother's up in here. Make sure y'all hit that like button for me, please. Thank you very much. All right. So PSA specials for the month of August. Nothing really to scream happy joys about, but they got the grade and sell special, $100 a card, max value $2,500, 5 business days for that. Then any autographs for TCG, they're looking at $18 a card with a 30-day business turnaround. $28 for sport. Tickets are $35. Baseball, $17, 45 days. Any comic books, $5 off grading services. So, again, nothing really to write home about. And they're not giving away a lot of the good specials. Okay, and we'll get into that here in a little bit. But the releases that are coming out this week. All right, so 2025 Bowman Chrome Mega Box pre-order, which happened today at 12 Eastern, $50 per box. You got 5 cards per pack, 7 packs per box, which are 2 Mojo packs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Who knows what they're going to be price-wise upon release.
It's actually
and then Tier 1 Baseball, they are releasing on Wednesday for $320. 4 cards a pack. You only get 1 pack per box. Not really too exciting about that. All right. There was a couple of other sets that came out that I wanted to share with you all.
What's up, Ray K?
And 2025 Top Shoebox Treasures Baseball. I'm pretty sure a lot of you have seen this in YouTube land every now and then. but basically it's a spin-off of Panini Boys of the Summer. Okay, so you got some 7-year-old who did this, and you got, I don't even think that looks like Ellie, but okay.
It's an artist interpretation.
Yes, we'll go with that. And then we got the Big Hurt with half a head and a whole hat. And you got Ricky Henderson with a badonkadonk. This one looks pretty good. I like the
that
man.
Looks good. I like that one.
And then you will have some non-sport cards in there as well. So like there's short printed self-portrait base cards. Additionally, 2 cards from each of the 85 GPK sets, Atom Bomb and Nasty Nick, and the 62 Tops Mars Attack set. They're going to be as SSPs. So they're roughly going to be going about $300. So in a collector's box, you will get 7 packs. 1 pack is 7 cards. And then in a collector's, well, hold on. Okay, so each the collector and single box, you got 7 cards per pack. The collector's box has 12 packs, and the single box has 4. 60 card base set, 12 inserts, 11 parallels and SPs, 1 auto, and an original 101 painting or canvas stock.
Ray K's jumping the gun on us. Yeah, we're talking about that. Very last point.
Yep. Just give us a moment there, Ray K. We're going to get there. So that's the Treasures set that's going to be dropping. And then the next one that's going to be actually coming out also is 2025 Leaf Baseball Nations.
I think this is pretty interesting, depending on the price point.
Yeah, this one's going to be, every card is numbered to 15 or less. Just caught that. So the hobby box delivers 6 autos and 6 base, and the jumbo is 9 autos, including a multi-sign card and 9 base.
Wait till you see these multi-sign cards.
Okay, so these are what the multi-cards look like. Okay, somewhat modernized. Then you got your prospects. And they're trying to compare the prices to the PMGs from Leaf also.
I'll tell you, if that jumbo is $200, I would be very happy to get something like that.
Yeah, as soon as I get a price point on these, we'll go ahead and make this public. But you're going to get 1 pack in each format. 1 pack in hobby, 12 cards, and a jumbo pack holds 18. So in a hobby box, expect 6 autos, 6 base. In a jumbo, 9 autos, 1 multi-sign, and 9 base cards.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's reasonably priced, I mean, I don't see why people wouldn't want to get it, to be honest.
I mean, if you can get it, if a jumbo comes out at like $200 and you get 9 autographs and a multi, I don't think it's going to be 200. I think it's going to be a little bit higher than that, but still, it would be something nice to throw into a break that would be incredibly interesting.
Yep. All right, so gem rate items graded for the month of August. This is everything in its entirety. So PSA leading the pack as always with 1.66 million cards. CGC a little over 400K. SGC 118. Beckett 64. Now let's dig a little deeper. For sporting cards, PSA only did 660,000. SGC 112. CGC 36. Beckett 30. And then everything else. I mean, it seems like the hobby is going to be dwindling down, and we're going to be seeing a lot more Pokemon and Magic the Gathering and all that crazy stuff. Look at this massive spike. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the tennis one rip the hat right out of the kid's hand?
Oh, I think that was the
No, I
golf.
did not.
That was at the Masters. Yeah, I think that was golf.
Worse.
Yeah.
Wow, that's just crazy.
Unless it happened.
All right, so
at the tennis championship this past weekend.
Yep. I apologize for the little delay ahead of time. We're in the middle of rainy season here in Florida, so the internet is kind of rough. But here's another super collector. So this gentleman has over 148,000 Ken Griffey cards, and you know he's been collecting for a while because he's got one of the old library index cards.
So if anybody hasn't seen
stuff.
Mark C, this is what he looks like. There he is.
So that's pretty awesome, though. I'm curious to know how he actually has them organized or separated.
I wouldn't even want to begin to wonder.
Like, if you had this shelf, Mike, how would you set your Phillies collection?
Let's see. I would probably do it by the way I do it now is I have a box of autograph and numbered cards, and then I have my players from 1970 to 1950, 1980 to 2000, and then 2000 and above. And then I have all my top players in other boxes. So,
okay.
Yeah, I'd probably do it something like that. Maybe he's probably got it done by years or by brand of card or something like that.
So this is interesting. Target is saying that their trading card sales next year could break $1 billion in sales, whereas Walmart has reported that they've seen a 200% spike by TCG and sporting cards. This is probably the reason why we don't find stuff in these retailers around us nowadays.
Now, is that selling through the web or through stores and the web? Are they saying?
I'm going to assume both. I'm going to assume both.
Yeah, I think a lot more people are buying from the web now.
Because you know how word gets around when the guy comes in to restock. Mm-hmm. Everybody's waiting online for him.
Yep. So Larkin says the guy from Seattle uses the Dewey Decimal System. Well, I haven't heard that in God knows how long.
Walmart cards are always more expensive than Target. I guess. And then this one was another one too that kind of threw me off. So Fanatics decided they wanted to get analytical and report for the month of August, $460 million online sales were recorded, which broke the previous record of $108 million and nearly 5.87 million transactions. So the only thing I could think of is breaks, auctions, regular card sales that they do on the app. Who knows?
That's crazy.
It really is. So an update to last week's little shenanigans about the gentleman who felt a certain kind of way about customers dealing with each other at card shows. So the Lake Worth Card Show has announced that there's a new policy banning customer-to-customer trades or sales unless you purchased a table ahead of time. Anyone that will be caught will be removed from the show. Any thoughts on this?
Well, I think I made my point last week that, if you're going to meet up with somebody and do a transaction or something like that at the card show, don't do it in the card show. Do it in the parking lot or something like that. Or, after the card show, go out, get something to eat, make your transaction or something like that. Just don't do it at the card show.
Well, here's the thing, though.
I know that the one guy was caught in the bathroom, trading cards or something.
He's got security. So who's to say security's not patrolling the parking lot?
Yeah, but the parking lot's not the show. I mean, it's not inside the building.
Yeah. But
yeah, there you go,
I
Tom.
personally
People are
think
always
he's
selling
going a
cards
little.
outside the National. Absolutely.
This dude he's reaching too much. I think he's doing too much.
I think he's going a little bit over the top with it, but just say, just put up a sign. Hey, no transactions unless you're a dealer at the card show. That's all.
Now, with that though, who's to say that that's gonna steer customers away from that card show going forward?
I don't think it's going to steer customers away. They're going to have the same draw. Certain people are just going to go to the card show just to check out the cards, stuff like that. I mean, anybody that's making a transaction at the card show has already predetermined that they're going to make that transaction at the card show. They're going to meet up there and do it there. Just don't do it in the building.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all.
All right. So this one, it could be a blessing and a curse all at once. Yeah, I thought the same thing. So PSA is rolling out this new incentive. So now I ran this through Mike. So Jeff, suppose you was to send a 10-card submission to PSA, okay? And once you get them sent off, the moment your grades populate and you get notified of them, depending on what cards you've actually sent, PSA will send you a cash offer that is only good for 24 hours. Now, here's the caveat that a lot of people are questioning. Let's just say, Jeff, you send off a Vladdy rookie that comes back a PSA 9. Okay. They offer you $100 for it. You accept that $100. Who's to say they turn around, take that PSA 9 Vladdy, crack it out, slap a PSA 10 label on it, and 2x the price on it? What is everybody's thoughts about this? What was the slogan that they did? Oh, get paid to grade.
I gotta start fighting on this.
So for those of you that actually do go and send stuff off to get graded, okay, Larkin said basically just make grading go away.
I don't think that's ever going to happen.
That's not going to happen. Don't take my fun away. I mean, I get it. You're going to have some people that's going to send some cards that hope in expect to get good grades on it that are not PC related.
Jeff nailed
Turn
it.
those around. And okay.
That's exactly what I said. That's exactly what we talked about.
Because it's like I would probably send some stuff that are not a part of my collection, but I would hope for them to get a 9 or a 10. So when I do get them, I could actually turn around and flip them towards something for my collection. I can see that. Okay. But now the questions that I have is, what are the integrity measures that are implemented, for one? Mm-hmm. Number two, what are they using to establish these offers? So those are questions that I actually have. What else we got here? Okay, so this one was a big one. I think me and Mike spent quite a bit of time on this one as soon as it loads. We all dread the blue screen of death. I'm worried about the white one.
You get through the rainy season down there.
There we go.
There we go.
There we go. What's up, Smalls? All right, so if you are not aware, this Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant dual auto 101 sold at auction for $12.9 million. Okay. One of the buyers of this card, he's actually an investor on Shark Tank, Kevin O'Leary, and another person, his name is Shine, and I don't know who the third person is. But anyway, the argument is, with this being the most expensive card in the hobby to date, will modern card prices trump vintage cards and their prices? Now, we kind of took this and flipped it for baseball purposes, and we can use basketball too, and all the other sports. So on this particular example, you got Kobe and you got Michael Jordan. Okay, two of the greatest to ever play the game. Got it.
Arguably the two greatest of the modern era. Arguably.
Yes. Then you got, this is from 2007, and it's a PSA 6. So now let's flip it to vintage. What if it was a Babe Ruth, Mickey Mantle 101 dual auto? Okay.
What if it was
Football,
another sport?
You can have,
what if it was Gordie Howe and Wayne Gretzky 101? There's so many ways you can go with this. It's ridiculous.
Small says that's the age-old question about, will anyone care about Mickey Mantle in 50 years?
Yes.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Answer yes. Just like Babe Ruth, Hank Aaron, Roberto Clemente, they are legends. It's just like, if you take a look back at the United States presidents, you know, George Washington. Nobody's ever going to forget George Washington. He was the first one. You know, Thomas Jefferson, Abe Lincoln. You know, there's certain players and there's certain people that will never be forgotten. I mean, you're still talking about, you know, people that have been around since, you know, like the 1400s that you're still talking about.
Mm-hmm. If you buy the best, it's always worth the best. Well, yeah, that is true.
That's true.
Because, I mean,
absolutely
if you look 30, 40, 50 years from now, I'm pretty sure Michael Jordan cards alone are still going to command a premium.
Absolutely.
Yes, you're right, Tom. So the SGC 9.5 Mantle sold for $12.3 million.
Mm-hmm.
So that's $600K more or less than this piece right here. I mean, I'm not knocking it at all. And we actually did a little research on it. When did 101s first establish? Okay. 101s actually were not a thing up until 1997.
And nobody really knew about them back then. I didn't know. Yes. I didn't know it was that far back.
Okay. So just imagine at a PSA 6, it commanded 12.9. What if this was an 8, maybe a 9?
It doesn't matter. It's a 101, no matter what it grades. It's the only card.
But the price point would have been a lot higher.
Do you really think that? I mean, it's the only card, no matter what it grades. You know?
Because, I mean, how many copies of a 52 Mantle have you seen out there?
I've never seen one.
SGC was fortunate enough to get their hands on a 9.5, and they brought in 12.3.
Right.
So if it was an SGC pristine 10, who knows?
Yeah. Oh, we didn't take a look at the first Supers, Nala.
The first Supers, Nala, were from Donruss. Actually have it here.
What was that, 97?
First Super for baseball, it was the 97 Flair Showcase Masterpieces out of Fleer. And then the 97 Donruss Signature Series Millennium Masterpieces. So I think this would have, if this was a grade or two higher, it would have easily broke 13 million. That's just my opinion. You know, I mean, either way, still a beautiful card, but
absolutely
that brings back the argument. Are we going to start seeing those crazy prices with modern, and they're going to overshadow vintage, or is vintage still going to hold its own?
Well, the other
is?
thing that the other thing that we talked about was the 1 of 1. All right, so the 1 of 1 came out in, we're saying 97, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe the 1 of 1 needs a different like category. Like, is from 97 to 2007 vintage, and then 2008 to 2018 modern, and then 2019 to 2025 ultra modern? You know, we might have to start looking at it that way.
Okay.
So that could be considered a vintage 1 of 1 if we went by those years.
Right.
So yeah, because you know, it's like, what's the first 1 of 1 that I pulled? I guess it was in what I pulled a 2017 1 of 1 card. But it was a printing plate, and that was like the oldest card that I pulled that was a 1 of 1.
Okay.
I didn't really know that there were 1 of 1s being put out back then in those years, because it was usually just a gold card, and it was numbered to the year, like 2021. This is card number 988 out of 2021 or something like that. I didn't realize that the 1 of 1s went that far back, because Topps, when we did a breakdown, I guess it was last year, of how they numbered the cards back to 2017, there were only like 7 or 8 different numbered cards that you could get in a set, and then we saw how it exploded through 2024, where there's like 30 different numbered cards that you can get.
Because I mean, another 101 that sticks to my mind is that Paul Skeens MLB debut patch.
Right.
And yes, a 101 that does play a factor into it, but also what matters is who that 101 is of.
Correct. Oh, absolutely. Most definitely it does.
Because I remember when I broke into Topps Chrome Platinum, I pulled a 101 super of Harold Baines.
Mm-hmm.
I think it only won. I'll be lucky if I would get about $60 for it.
Yeah. It definitely depends on the player and who it is. Yeah.
I don't know. I still think vintage is gonna be around.
It's gonna hold forever. It's gonna hold for they're not produced anymore. They're becoming tougher to find.
See, now you're getting into the weeds of it too, Smalls. Yes, there is a difference between game worn and event worn.
Right.
A lot of people start nitpicking, like, oh, this is jersey number, so that commands a premium.
Mm-hmm.
Look, it's got a sweat stain, that commands a premium, even though it was just an event. It was hot that day.
Yeah, it's a chunky 3-color patch or something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like you're opening up a hobby box of Donruss and you're getting the napkin cards out of there, that they're saying was player worn, or it's mostly Donruss is what, player worn. So it's not even really, you don't even know what part, if it's even the uniform that it was.
Yeah, you're right.
A t-shirt that was underneath the uniform. Or socks or something like that.
It could be a sweatband. It could be
yeah.
We like to say it a lot. It could be a piece of a jock strap. We don't know. So
exactly.
But for all of us that we shop on eBay, and we do spend some pretty pennies on those cards that require eBay authentication. So eBay is starting to get into a whole new era of authenticating now. So now it is a grading service. Still free. Okay. Now, the only thing is they will let you know what has been found on the authentication purpose. So it will tell you about the corners, the edges, discoloration, all this other stuff. And what I personally like, you get authenticator notes. So yes, you get a check off saying that it's verified, and it gives you a listing of all the discrepancies that were found. and it gives you in detail with the photos. Now, the question that I had before was, how many refunds are going to be requested, because a lot of these flaws that the authentication folks are finding are not being listed when the card is put up for auction.
It depends on the price of the card and how bad the person wants that card. But yeah, I can see the refunds starting to go through the roof.
Yeah.
On that. I think they might have, like I said, like we said in the pre-show, you know, how eBay has eBay cars and eBay this and eBay that. They should have just a special section just for eBay grading cards. You know, no matter what card it is, baseball, non-sports, all that stuff. They should just have like a special department or something like that for it.
Well, you can list it as excellent smalls, but
Yeah.
I would think, you know, just to CYA you as the seller, why do you feel that it should be at minimum an excellent? Do you think it's worth putting in what flaws you found as the seller?
Well, the other question I have in Fuego is, what is the price point of those cards to go to that grading? You're not selling it, you know,
$300.
Okay, so a $300 or more card. Okay, yeah, I can see that. So list the card at $299.
Okay, so because excellent description lists that it has obvious issues. Okay.
Yeah, excellent is not mint. So yeah, excellent. Yeah, there's a lot of leeway between excellent and mint.
Because I'm sure we've all noticed when we're looking at the descriptions and the grading or the condition, it's 10 out of 10 times you'll see near mint or better.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well,
that's not always the case.
I always put down excellent or pack fresh or something in that area when I sell cards on eBay. But I haven't sold a card in probably over a year.
Yeah,
on eBay. What's up, Kenneth?
What's up, Kenneth? So here's a question for the chat. If you stumble upon a life-changing opportunity, would you put yourself at risk of supporting something that you enjoy passionately and ruin it? Okay, so SP Hobby says, if I list a card with issues, I try and get a picture of the issue. If the camera doesn't pick it up, I will add a note to say what the issue is in the description. There you go.
There you go.
And I could appreciate that, and I'm sure a lot of buyers would also.
Yeah, when I list something on eBay, I take 5 pictures of the front. I take the front picture and the 4 corners, and I do the same for the back, and then an additional picture with the number, if it's a numbered card, or just the number of the card.
Okay.
So yeah, it takes a little bit of effort, but I think that your cards will sell a little bit better there with the more pictures on it. There you go, SP. Nice.
So Smalls is saying the real question is, if eBay rejects it and you grade it and then at an 8, do they owe you a sale? I don't know. And then Larkin got us a price point on that Leaf Nation pre-order. $196 for hobby, $300 for jumbo.
That's actually not a bad price to get 9 autographs for $300 and a triple or quadruple autograph.
Yeah.
I mean, $300 is an extra time.
8 is near mint.
Yeah. And 8 is near mint. Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean,
it's near mint is an 8, mint is a 9, and gem mint
is 10.
Yeah.
All right, so back to the shenanigans. So we've got an Atlanta Braves pitching prospect who got fired on his day off after being arrested at Walmart for shoplifting football cards.
That's what you're doing on your day off? Jeez. There you go, Jeff.
Yep.
That's insane. Exactly, Artie.
Really.
That's how you're going to get fired on your day off, Artie.
Yep. And
What's
you
up,
know
Adam?
what? I'm glad the resident Braves fan is here. Adam, what's up with your boy Jacob Gomez? I mean, I'm sure everybody who gets signed to a professional team or
You
even
can
a minor
afford a
league
box
team,
of cards, for God's sakes.
they get a signing bonus of some sort. It just blows my mind.
Yeah, never heard of them and never will.
And you never will hear of them.
Oh, man.
Jeez. All right. So for those of you that plan on going to the Fanatics Fest, if you happen to be in the New York City area, next year is going to be from July 16th to the 19th, during the same time that the World Cup is going to be, FIFA Cup is going to be happening too.
Good
So
luck,
if you
everyone.
collect soccer cards, you might find one of your favorite soccer players at Fanatics Fest. I won't be there because I don't do soccer. Now, this one I found kind of interesting, and Mike brought up a good point too.
I did?
You did.
Oh, I
So
did.
this
I remember this.
This particular collector, he bought this superfractor of Cal Raleigh at the 24 National for $300. It graded a 10 at the show. Tonight, which was September 6th, okay, he sold it at auction for $52,000. So does this prove that performance is pivotal for the card market?
Like I said, if you're the seller, good for you. If you're the buyer, I pray for you.
Yeah, we all saw how that the USS Juan DeFranco went. That ship sunk.
It's just like Aristides Aquino.
He's another one.
Yeah.
He's another one.
I mean, Cal Raleigh could hit 20 home runs next year, and that card's going to be back down to $300.
Yep. Or he could get hemmed up.
I do not bet on modern day players. There's certain ones that you can, but there's so few. But other than that, nah, not taking the risk.
But see, now the one thing I do find funny, because Jeff did bring up the point. Yeah, if the player is playing great, the prices go up.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say, and I'm going to use your guy for an example, Mike.
My guy.
Let's just say, for the sake of argument, Hans Kraus wins a Cy Young.
Dear Lord.
Okay. He ends the season 25-1.
Okay. I've got a lot of cards to sell.
Is his cards going to be flying off the shelf?
I would hope so. All the autograph cards everybody in the Cardmunity gave me, I'm going to be selling them, and we're going to do one hell of a break. One hell of a free break.
Yeah. So, I mean, it all depends on the player, too. Because it's like, if you take the big names, if you take today's big names, you take Ohtani, Judge, you know, they right now they're somewhat consistent with having stellar seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Even if the following season they have a little bit of a slump, their card market is still up. But yet, going back to that Hans Kraus, he wins Cy Young. Next thing you know, he goes 2-23.
It's like the stock market: sell high, buy low.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Or in my case, I don't think I've ever bought a Hans Kraus card. They've all been gifted to me. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
There you go. Now we just got to find you that super.
I don't have a one-on-one.
Oh man. All right, moving on to the actual sport. We got some new members of
Uh-oh. We lost in Fuego. He's back. No, he's not.
I'm right here.
Okay. Yeah, but you're not moving on the screen. Now you're moving.
Okay. So Luriel was placed on the IL. He tore his ACL.
Oof.
So he's done for the rest of the season.
Now? Is he on the Diamondbacks?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so Adam says Cal has been consistent every year so far, 30-ish home runs over the last 3 years. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Well, I don't know what's going on with that. But anyway. All right. And here's another member of the Ouchie and Boo Boo Club. I cannot hide that comment now. StreamYard is acting up. Anyway, Roman Anthony. There we go.
Yikes.
He's got left oblique strain.
Yeah, that's
I know those are kind of rough.
Yeah. We got two ouchies and boo-boos on the Phillies that you didn't mention. Trey Turner's out is on the 10-day. He's on the 10-day DL with a hammy, and Alec Bohm had a cyst removed from his shoulder, so he's out for 10 days.
Ew.
Yeah, it's not good, but we got a 7-game lead with 21 games to go, so I'm hoping they can hold on.
Okay. So where was this when Angel Hernandez was calling games?
Yeah.
There's a website now that shows.
I love it.
What was that?
I saw this and I love it.
It's kind of awesome too. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, I actually do have that link and I'm going to put it in the chat for all you guys that like to follow baseball.
Yeah, this is a pretty cool site.
You know, it lets you know all the critical errors that he's made and all that other good stuff. His accuracy, call strikes. So, I mean.
And it does it game by game, every game of the day by every umpire. And it's really cool.
Let me pull up the link for what it looks like. So recent games, it'll let you know on what day, what umpire it was. I still don't know the legend code. So
90% gets you an A-, but on those missed calls, you know, it can cost you a game.
Yeah. So let me see. If we click on Derek Thomas, what are we looking at? Accuracy, 95.4%.
So he's actually one of the better ones.
Okay. And these are all the games that he's called. Not bad. Give him a little kudos for that.
Oh, Locke wants you to check Buckner. CB. This is
Lord.
CB Buckner.
CB Buckner.
So if it was grade school, anything above a C would be passing, correct? And a C would be 70%.
C's get degrees, yeah.
C-. That would
be so
we go to the next grade.
Here's CB Buckner right here. 92.8% accuracy. 0.4 above expected. He's about 92.5% consistent. Again, I don't know what a lot of this stuff means, but Let me see.
Is there any way we can go back to Angel Hernandez? Just for fun.
I think he's the reason why they came up with this. Yeah, he's not even on here.
Yeah, that's true, Adam.
He would have got
baseball math never adds up. 300 is good. Yeah.
Yeah, about that. All right, so this one was kind of interesting, and I don't know how the rest of the crowd feels about it, but they use Albert Pujols as an example. Would he land an MLB managing gig if an opportunity came? And would he be a good manager?
Here's the thing about managers. It's like managers come from players that you don't expect to be managers. You know, there's a lot of, you know, wow. How many Hall of Fame players were managers? Frank Robinson. Think about it. Yeah, think about it. How many were actually managers? It's usually the players that you least expect to become managers. Like your utility players or your, you know, middle of the order. Yeah, Yogi, Ted Williams. But how good were they as managers? I think
you know Yogi won a couple of rings as a manager.
There's some baseball lifers out there that have been in baseball their entire life that have, you know, they're not Hall of Famers, but they've been in baseball forever, and in some, you know, some type of management, whether it be a bench manager or, you know, a first base, you know, manager or something like that, or a bullpen manager.
Right.
It just, let's take a look at the, can you pull up World Series managers for like the past 10 years who actually won the World Series? And I honestly don't think you're going to find a Hall of Famer or a top player as a manager. Joe Torre, yep. Yeah, Torre made it to the Hall of Fame as a manager. And he was a good player too. Actually, I thought he was a Hall of Famer because of his player stats.
Okay, so
Dusty Baker, probably. Yep, there you go. Walking, nice.
Whitey Herzog.
Did he play?
Yeah.
Was he a Hall of Famer?
Mm-hmm.
As a player or a manager?
I
think he was a player. I think he was because of a manager.
Probably.
Like Dallas Green took the Phillies to the World Series in '80, and he was, you know, a below average player in his career. But how many? Okay, you're looking at Hall of Fame manager Bobby Cox. Now, Bobby Cox did play. But did he ever oh, it's just me. Uh-oh, we lost Infuego. All right, we're going to have to wait for Infuego to get back. Ozzie Guillen, yeah, there you go. And Ozzie Guillen was a good player. Plenty of studies the game from the bench. Yeah, plenty of time to study the game from the bench. Absolutely. You know, like I'm looking at, like, my favorite player growing up was Larry Bowa. And, you know, he was an all-star. He's not a Hall of Famer. He won a World Series with the Phillies, but he's been a baseball lifer. I mean, no matter, you know, he managed the Phillies for a short time. He managed the Padres, but he's always been around baseball, and he has so much knowledge. Joe Girardi, good player. I'm glad he left Philly when he did. Honestly. Bob Boone wasn't a good manager. Yeah, and he played a long time. Brett Boone was another one. He had a decent career, and still the manager of the Yankees. Take it for what it's worth. Let's see. Let me go through the chat. Yeah, and Adam says Bobby Cox wasn't good as a player, but he was able to manage, which was a good thing. So I hope I'm still alive. I don't know, because Infuego left and he has control of the stream. So let me get some more comments. Yeah. A lot of Hall of Famers do go back to be a coach or an analyst or something like that. I agree. Absolutely. And Smalls, absolutely. A lot of good players who are really good can't translate their ability to teaching. I think it takes a certain kind of person to teach a team, to have respect for their players, to actually be a manager. It's just like in any job, you have your bosses, you have your, you have your manager, you have your assistant managers. And I think if they all gel together and they're on the same goal, the same path, I think it works. If you have others, if you have like one manager and then say an assistant manager that like kind of butt their heads against each other, that aren't on the same page, then that can be detrimental for a team, either in the workplace or on the ball field. I think they all have to gel, and I think you have to have one person that has respect and knowledge of the game. Are you back in Fuego?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay. Yeah, Lasorda was a player, manager, great manager. I love Tommy Lasorda. Yeah, Adam, I would like to see Chipper in the organization a little bit more as some kind of like a manager kind of role. I think that would be good for them.
I mean, I can see a lot of players who are.
Yeah, I think the other thing, Adam, some don't want to grind and coach every day like they did as an elite player. But I think you just have to have a certain talent just to be able to reach out. I mean, even in my position, I'm going on 60 years old, and I'm training kids that are, like 20, 23, 25, and somehow I can relate to them. I don't know what it is, but I just kind of break it down and make it easy and make it more simplistic than telling everybody this is what needs to be done, has to be done. It's like, hey, let's do it this way. Show me how you're doing it. I'll show you how I'm doing it. And, just work with them. That's what it comes down to. I mean, there's a lot of baseball players out there that have knowledge. And if they want to do it, do it. I mean, Mike Schmidt, greatest, Philly of all time, couldn't manage. He could not manage a team. He had many opportunities in the minor leagues, just couldn't do it. Because I guess he was so like, this is how we're going to do it, and this is how I did it, and this is the way it's going to be, and it just didn't work. Are you there, Fuego?
I mean, I'm scared. You've got folks like Donnie Baseball.
Exactly.
He's another one. But then you've got those players that.
Oh, we lost in Fuego again. I'm sorry. I actually do have the rest of the checklist. Let me see if I can pull it up and see where we're going to go to on this, because if he's not going to be here, I'm going to have to carry on the stream the rest of the time. All right. So we went through all of that. Baseball news. We went through ouchies and boo-boos, grading the umpire, retire Hall of Fame manager, gone too soon. Yes, I want to open the link. All right, this is rookie night right now. Oh, he's on X and I'm not on X. All right, so former Mets manager Davey Johnson has passed away. Johnson managed Mets from 84-90. He was the team skipper for the 86 World Series. What a great World Series that was. He owns the highest all-time winning percentage as any Mets manager, 588. Johnson also won 2 World Series as a player with the Orioles and played 13 MLB seasons with Baltimore, the Braves, Phillies, and Cubs, making the All-Star team 4 times. Johnson went on to manage the Mets, Reds, Orioles, Dodgers, and Nationals, amassing 1,372 wins. He also serves as a manager for Team USA, or served as manager of Team USA in the 2008 Summer Olympics and the 2009 World Baseball Classic. Davey Johnson, somebody that one manager that I respect a lot. I'm bouncing around back and forth, but thoughts on Davey Johnson? I thought he was. I know that he played for the Phillies for a little bit, but I didn't realize that he had such an extensive career in baseball. Good World Series win in '86, but the Mets shouldn't have been there. What about Francona? Yeah, Terry Francona, another one, lifer. I love the lifer baseball players that have played and stayed with their team or another team and has just gone through their entire career with baseball. All right, let's see what else we got going on there. So let me try to find the list again. And nope, that's not it. Nope, that's not it. I know I have it downloaded somewhere, but I can't find it. Okay, here we go. Gone too soon. Okay, and then here we go. Isn't the sports for kids? Let me pull this up. Another thing that he has on X. Okay, here we go.
Hello.
All right. Here, are you there? I'm trying to hold it down. I hear a hello. Are you there? Okay. We made it up to the Davey Johnson, and now we're at the point where it's going to be the hot stove topic. Isn't baseball for kids?
Yeah. All right. So.
All right, if Enfuego can't make it through it, I'll give you my opinion. So we'll see what happens. Are you there? Go ahead, continue.
Yeah, I'm here.
Go right ahead.
All right, so basically, we all know that at a Phillies game, a home run.
No, it's not a Phillies game. It was a Marlins game. Come on, get it right. It was in Miami. It was in your state, for God's sakes. Don't say it was in Philly, because if it was in Philly, that woman would have not made it out of that stadium alive. I will guarantee you that.
Okay, well, here's why I say it's a Phillies game, because she is considered a Phillies fan. Okay?
Considered, but she's from Jersey.
Well, the Jersey don't lie. But anyway, so a home run was hit in a Marlins game. A dad went and he was in the same vicinity as this lady. He was able to grab the ball, and apparently it was already in her possession. He grabbed the ball and moseyed on his way to his son. I
honestly don't know if it was in her possession.
Those were speculations on all these damn reports.
Because we have so many angles of this ball, and it's like, I don't know if she actually had it in her hand. I didn't see him rip it out of her hand. I saw him go over and pick up the ball, which was actually, he was in the row in front where the ball was, and it technically was in front of her, but he got the ball. So a foul ball is fair game, as far as pretty much everyone said.
So at the end of the day, it in my opinion, dad did what any normal father or parent would do: give the ball to their son.
Any normal person would have given it to a kid.
Okay. She went off the deep end and went straight Karen mode. So just to avoid any issues, he ended up giving the ball back to her, which basically was a life-changing experience for her because, and I do have her info here. Her name is Cheryl Richardson Wagner. She was an employee of the Companion / Social Services Bayada Nurses Center, located at 4300 Haddonfield Road in Pensauken Township, New Jersey.
Pensauken, come on, get it right.
I'm not from Jersey.
Either am I, but I know Pensauken.
All right, but based off her actions at this game, she lost her job and she became internet famous. You know,
right.
Which it's a good thing for the kid, not so much her. But on the positive aspect of it, the kid actually received the bat from Harrison Bader. So that was a plus.
You also got a fan pack from the Marlins. The Marlins gave him a fan pack of stuff.
Okay.
Baseballs, jersey, all kinds of stuff, which was awesome. All right. So this is what I saw. I'm watching the game. I saw Bader hit the home run. I saw the guy pick up the ball and walk it back and give it to his son. And as they cut away, I see this woman like put her hand on the guy. And that was it. I didn't see anything other than that. I'm like, and I'm looking at it, I was like, what the hell's going on? She wants to go and get the ball. You know?
What's up, Adrian?
So it was later on at night. I went to bed. I had to get up early. And then the next thing I know, I go on Facebook. I'm like, oh my God, that's what I saw. You know, that's exactly what I saw. And I didn't stick around the next inning or something like that to hear the Philly broadcasters calling her a Karen, you know, and saying that was wrong and all that other stuff. So I actually should have stayed up another 15 minutes that night because I would have witnessed the entire thing. But I saw it on the on Facebook, and it was like the first thing was, let's make her famous. And oh boy, did they make her famous. Unreal.
So the question lies, shouldn't we as adults who've already had our experiences with the sport and the hobby as kids should be passing it on to future generations instead of...
Absolutely. 100%. If I caught a baseball at a Phillies game and I came close to it once, what I would do is if I'm with Pat or if I'm with one of my buddies, hey, here's the ball, take a picture of me, and then I'm going to give it to a kid. It's a ball. It's a baseball. You can buy them anywhere. It's not a big deal. It's a baseball. You're going to ruin your life over a baseball? You're going to go up to somebody and start screaming at them because that's my ball. It was hitting my direction. First of all, it's a foul ball. It's a ball in play, or it's not in play. It's out of the stadium. Everybody has the right to that ball, no matter what.
Right.
And it's just insane that she went over and started screaming and took the ball away from a kid. Well, actually, he took the ball and just went like this. It's like, I'm done with you. And that's really what we have to do. Listen, lady, I'm done with you. Just go. Here's your ball. Go away. Because now there's social media and you are going to be destroyed. And she was.
And Adrian hit it right on the head.
Everyone.
I'm sure she's regretting that decision every day going forward.
Oh, for the rest of her life, she's done. She is totally done. And they're going to find her address, and they are going to, there's going to be people out in front of her house. I swear to God, if she was in Philadelphia and that happened, she wouldn't leave the stadium alive. There's just no way.
You said at that game she was with her husband.
It looked like she was
what was running through his mind.
It's like, well, he's either been married to her for quite a long time and has a stairway to heaven, or it's like that's the final straw, you know, but who the hell knows?
Yeah.
All right. I missed all the chats that were going on by there.
So Hobby is saying it's everybody's ball until it's possessed by somebody.
Exactly.
Rightfully so. Her husband wanted to have nothing to do with her. Saw the husband walk out the section without her.
Oh, there you go. I like that. The husband was like, no, not again.
Oh, no, not again.
Oh,
but
man.
Yeah, ultimately, I mean,
that is the lowest of the lowest thing that you could possibly do at a baseball game. I mean, honestly, and I don't even care if it was the kid's birthday, but you're taking the ball away from a kid. For God's sakes. When I was a kid, I looked up to Mike Schmidt and Larry Bow and all the Phillies players. They were idols. And now that I realize that they're only like 12, 14 years older than me, they're like in my age group, it's totally different. But when you're 4'7" and you're 9, 10 years old, and looking at these players are bigger than life. They're bigger than movie stars because you can actually go and see them play. And that's what baseball's all about. You see them on TV, but when you can actually go and actually physically see them play, it's different. It's life-changing when you're a child. And to have that taken away from you is it's disgusting. It's absolutely from somebody who should know better. Who should should know better.
There's been times where if I'm at a Walmart or a Target and I'm splurging a little bit and I see a kid behind me looking at the same thing, I'm going to ask him, hey, are these something that you want to get? If he says, yeah, how many boxes you want?
Oh, man. That's awesome.
You got to keep it for the kids, though. But,
I was kind of more impressed with that because if that was my son, well, first of all, if she put a hand on me, I would freaking crack her upside the head. Sorry, that's just the way it is. You don't go touching anybody and screaming at them. I mean, she would have been put out and knocked out. And then I probably would have gotten arrested for assault. But if you look at the video, she actually assaulted me first if she grabbed me, and screaming at me and screaming at my kid. Oh, no. No, I know how, like when Pat would say, if somebody went after my kid, the claws come out, and that's pretty much the way that I would be. She's lucky she didn't have a broken jaw.
Ultimately, we just got to keep little Timmy in mind when it comes to sporting events or even card show events. It's supposed to be for them. We're supposed to make the memories for them.
Exactly.
We've had our opportunity. We're just doing this now to pass time over or introduce the new generation into what we've enjoyed as kids. Don't make it harder for them. Don't ruin it for them. Granted, you got a whole bunch of people that's out there who are involved in the memorabilia and hobby game for all the wrong reasons. But at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself, do I have enough integrity or, does it make sense for me to keep this for myself or give it to this kid who it may have been his or her first game?
It could have been. You never know.
It's just.
I remember my first game that I went to as a Phillies game. It was the Phillies and the Braves. I saw Hank Aaron.
Yeah.
I saw Hank Aaron, for God's sakes. I didn't realize at the time how big Hank Aaron was. I knew that he was chasing some guy named Babe Ruth for a home run, title. But, I look back at that now. It's like, oh, that memory I can never be taken away from me until the day I die.
Exactly. So if you see a kid at a game or at a card show, keep them in mind. It's the moral of the story.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's what grows sports, and that's what grows the hobby. It's like that kid I mean, it was a Harrison Bader home run ball. You know, maybe that kid's going to start a Harrison Bader PC collection, for God's sakes. You know, that's how it starts. That's what keeps everything growing.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, again, the kid made out like a bandit by getting a goodie bag from the team directly and the player. So
yeah, it was a class move by the Marlins, sending somebody out there, you know, with the team bag and stuff like that. And with Harrison Bader, you know, saying, "Hey, I want to meet the kid afterwards." You know, sign a bat. I mean, and that's what sports is all about. That's what being a human being is all about. That's what it comes down to.
At least the kid has a memory he could talk to his friends with.
Yeah. Let's next show and tell. Little Timmy, come on. What happened to you this week? Well,
exactly. How was your weekend?
Well, this mean lady stole my baseball, but everybody gave me so much stuff.
Exactly. But that's pretty much all that we have. Obviously, I've been in and out. I apologize for that. We're in hurricane season. So, but other than that, Mike, you got anything coming down the chute?
Not really. I'll be on with Jeff on Thursday night for his break. I made a whole bunch of packs and he put it in the break last week and was a lot of fun. So go check out Shaw Racing Collects for the break on Thursday night. He starts at 6:30 and the break actually starts at 7. So we're on there for a half hour selling some spots. And then next week with you.
Awesome. As for me, I just dropped a video yesterday, I think it was, or the day before. It's basically a pre-PSA reveal that I'm going to be sending off to PSA to go get graded. I ain't got nothing else really going on except upgrade the internet, make it weatherproof. And
a canopy over your box outside or something like that.
I might just do that.
Yeah.
So, but other than that, I appreciate everybody hanging out with us, and we will catch y'all again next Monday, same time, same channel.
All right, guys. Have a
good night, everybody.